What is up, everyone? It's Daniel back in another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about whether or not you should go to college. Now, it's 1 a.m. right now, and I'm kind of bored. I just came back hanging out with one of my friends. We drove around the city and we talked a lot about life. And when talking to him, I realized, look, I'm going to be graduating university in about literally 3 weeks. Well, I'm finishing my final courses in 3 weeks, and technically my graduation is in like 2 months, but I'm done all my courses and all of that in 3 weeks. And looking back at it, I just decided, maybe I should give some advice. Maybe I should give some of my thoughts on college and university and the experience to the younger generation, because I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there and kids just wondering whether or not it's worth it, what kind of experience there's going to be. And I feel like I'm somewhat qualified to say so because I studied at the University of Toronto, where I did a double major in computer science and economics. And as you can see right now, even though I didn't graduate, I live, like, look at my view. It's kind of nice, pretty nice. Like, I'm no millionaire, obviously, but I've made over like $10,000 a month with my agency. And, you know, I thought that this video would be quite important and just basically a random yap sesh of me and my thoughts. So, what is college? I mean, what am I saying? What is college? Is college worth it? Yes and no. It depends on what you want to get out of it. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer, don't go to college. That is obviously, you need college and university if you need to do that. That's like self explanatory. I'm not going to go over that. But let's say you don't want to do that. Let's say you want to become a programmer. Let's say you want to just do something else, or you feel like your parents want you to go to college, but you don't know whether or not it's the right decision. If you going into debt might be worth it. Some of you might be going into debt for it. Some of you aren't. So the first thing I would say is think extremely precisely on why you're going to college. Okay, why do you actually want to go to college? What do you want to get out of it? Okay, do you want to get out of it a stable job? Do you want to socialize? Do you want to make new friends? That's the first thing. I think college is very good when it comes to the experience because you will be put into a big room of a lot of young people who are equally motivated to study whatever subject, and it's really fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, studying is one thing, but it's pretty freaking fun. Like, literally, like you going out with your boys and homies and all of that on a Friday or Thursday night, screw it, on a Monday night to a nice local bar. That's gonna be the coolest thing ever. You are never gonna forget those type of stories, and you can have hundreds of them. Okay, so the experience is really good. Okay, now does that mean that you won't get this experience if you didn't go? No. Like, you can get this experience too. You will need to put effort, obviously. You're not going to be thrown in to somewhere where there's a bunch of young people. You're going to still have to go out, make friends, make connections, but it's still possible. Why? Because there's a bunch of clubs if you're living in a major city. There's still a bunch of things young people can do to have a lot of fun. So you don't necessarily need that college experience. But if you just want it basically handed to you, yeah, sure, go to college. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is my advice on whether or not you should. Okay, I'm going to talk to you as if I had a kid, okay? And I'm still a kid, I'm only 20 years old. But I would say this: if you don't know what you want to do and you're graduating high school, I would recommend you go to college because at the end of the day, if you're just going to sit there in your parents' basement and play video games and do nothing with your life, then yeah, college is probably better. At least you're going to do something. And doing something is always better than doing nothing. Now, if you tell me, Daniel, I have a plan. I know I'm going to make money. I'm going to do sales. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Then, okay, sure. Maybe, yeah, college you don't need. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't waste 3 to 4 years studying something just because your parents are pushing you to do it or you feel obligated by society to do it. You shouldn't do that. You should focus on what will get you the goals. If college helps you exactly to get you where you want to be, do it. If it doesn't, don't do it. That's like something I had to kind of learn the hard way, but that's for another story. Now, whether or not you should go into debt, honestly, I can't really speak for that because thankfully I didn't go into debt. And I feel like it all depends on your goals, whether or not it's worth it. But when it comes to degrees, that getting a degree that, like, for example, if you're not becoming a lawyer or a doctor, I typically would recommend to stay away from that. A lot of colleges have like a ranking system, all right? Which one is the most best, which one is the most prestigious, all of that. Like, as someone who goes to a relatively like top tier school, right? I talk to my friends who are not in top tier schools, and literally we learn like basically a lot of the same things. Sure, some of my classes are slightly more advanced, but at the end of the day, would I spend 100,000 more dollars and go into $100,000 more debt just to learn that extra thing? No, I wouldn't. But at the end of the day, all the information is online for free, and you can easily get it if you're disciplined enough. And that's another thing, right? A lot of people will sit and say, like as I'm saying right now, you can get a lot of information for free online. You can basically learn everything a college degree teaches you just using ChatGPT and books. And while I agree with that, I don't believe most people are disciplined enough to actually do that. So if you're thinking, oh, I could just learn this degree myself, you got to really look in yourself and say, am I actually disciplined enough to do that? Or will I say I'm going to do that and then just play video games all day, all night? So really do think about that. Anyways, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm kind of tired, and I still have work to do because I still have to finish my degree. I have 3 more weeks left, and I'm still have a few more exams. So I'm gonna go and do that. But yeah, I hope my little yap sesh maybe let you think about some stuff. And yeah, wish you the best of luck and good luck with your careers. Cheers.